What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. Okay guys, so we are going to continue our coverage over Brian Michael Bendis' Avengers and New Avengers. And guys, this is us basically continuing with the reading order of the Avengers in Marvel Comics. Now guys, I do know I did skip over a few different Avenger titles, and we might come back and cover those down the road, but for right now, we are only covering Brian Michael Bendis' Avengers and New Avengers. Now guys, we've just covered two preludes that lead into this storyline right here, whereas basically Norman Osborn is back with Hammer, and his goal is to get rid of the Avengers, the people who basically locked him away. And so guys, we're going to pick up with the first half of New Avengers Volume 3, issue number 17 all the way up to number 20. This is the first half of Volume 3 of New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. Now guys, I do hope you enjoy. And if you do enjoy this video, please leave me a like and subscribe. But anyways guys, let's go ahead and dive into New Avengers Volume 3. Now guys, when it comes to the New Avengers number 17, with this book right here guys, we do pick up with Iron Man fighting against a robot named Ultimo. Now the thing is though guys, you do have Tony Stark trying to defeat Ultimo, because right now Ultimo is trying to destroy this building that is owned by Tony Stark. Now, the thing is though guys, you do have the New Avengers arrive at the scene to give Tony Stark a fighting chance against this robot. The thing is though guys, Iron Man is trying to tell the New Avengers something really important about the Ultimo robot. The thing is though, the New Avengers, they're not listening. Matter of fact, they just start punching and kicking the Ultimo robot. But the thing is though, after a short period of time of them punching and kicking the Ultimo robot released some kind of energy wave, and it just knocks the Avengers back. And so you have Iron Man say, listen, this is what I was trying to tell you guys. This robot right here, he is able to absorb kinetic energy. And so if your powers are based with some kind of energy in them, like you Iron Fist and you Miss Marvel, you guys are useless. You guys cannot help us right now. Now, of course, you do have Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange go in there and basically defeat this robot. Because guys, Wolverine and Wolverine and Spider-Man, their powers are not based with any kind of energy. And for Doctor Strange, with him, his powers are magical. And so with these three characters right here, they were able to knock down the Ultimo robot. Now, you do have Wolverine start cutting up the robot to see if possibly there's somebody in there controlling the robot, but also to see that maybe they can find some kind of clue that can lead them to whoever sent the Ultimo robot after Tony Stark. Now, the thing is though, as Wolverine is just cutting away at the robot, out of nowhere, a small robotic spider comes behind Wolverine, grabs him, cuts open his neck, and they basically steal a small sample of his blood. And then you have this robot just fly away to get away from the Avengers. Now, you do have Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers, go after the robot that just stole a blood sample of Wolverine. The thing is though, as she tries to get closer and closer to the robot just gets faster and faster. And the thing is though, it gets so fast, it's able to get away from Miss Marvel. But the thing is though, right when she turns around, she sees some random people on a jet right behind her getting ready to attack her. Now, we do jump over to Norman Osborn. And the thing is though, guys, we do jump back in time about 15 minutes. And the thing is though, guys, we come to find out that Norman Osborn was the person who sent the Ultimo robot after Iron Man. And so, guys, we come to find out also that Norman Osborn forces just got stronger. Guys, remember, in our last video, we found out Norman Osborn teamed up with Hydra. Norman Osborn took his Hammer organization and combined it with the Hydra organization. But now, guys, he has also combined with AIM. And so now Norman Osborn has 3 organizations under his belt: Hydra, Hammer, and AIM. Now, the thing is though, guys, there is also a 4th organization. We come to find out that Norman Osborn has a small part of the hand. And the thing is though, guys, this small part of the hand, they're being led by a name called Gorgon. Now guys, Gorgon was a top member of the hand organization. The thing is though, Gorgon left with a few members of the hand and they all went rogue. They are a rogue group of the hand. The thing is though, they are now working alongside with Norman Osborn. And so now Norman Osborn has 4 different kinds of organizations under his belt. And it's him trying to basically find a game plan to defeat the Avengers by going around and gathering the top organizations around the world who have been giving the Avengers a challenge: AIM, Hydra, and the Hand. Now the thing is though, guys, we come to find out that he was watching every single thing that was going on with the Avengers while they were fighting against Ultimo, when Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange were able to defeat the robot. And the thing is though, he was even watching when Wolverine got his throat cut open and he was able to get a blood sample, because Norman Osborn's game plan is to use Wolverine's blood sample to find a way to help him out to fight against the Avengers, because Wolverine has a healing factor. And so to wrap up New Avengers number 17, you had Norman Osborn say, blow up the robot. The Avengers are still around the robot looking around for clues. Blow up the Ultimo robot so they would not be able to figure out that we were the ones that sent the robot. Now guys, when it comes to the New Avengers number 18, with this book right here, guys, we do pick up with Norman Osborn putting together a new Dark Avengers team. Now guys, remember, back in the Marvel Siege and the Marvel Dark Reign era, Norman Osborn was the leader of defense because America put him in that spot. He was the leader of defense, and when he became leader of defense, he dismantled S.H.I.E.L.D. and he replaced S.H.I.E.L.D. with Hammer, his own organization, the one he has right now in this comic book. But the thing is though, when he built up Hammer, he also put together his own Avengers team, the Dark Avengers. But the thing is though, guys, when he got arrested at the end of Marvel Siege by the good Avengers, well, Hammer was supposedly dismantled, but the Dark Avengers was also disassembled. And so the thing is though, you had Norman Osborn saying, I'm back now. I got AIM, I got Hydra, I have a small part of the Hand, and I also have my organization back, Hammer. But the one thing I want to do is to bring in a new team, a new Dark Avengers. And so he goes around and he recruits different people to be on his team. He first goes visit Scar, the son of the Hulk. And he's kind of like, listen, man, I want you to be the first new member of the Dark Avengers. I want you to be my Hulk. I want you on my team. And so we have Scar joining the Dark Avengers. Now we do jump over to a random hospital. And the thing is though, guys, we do see somebody laying in a hospital bed. But the thing is though, right now he's on life support. Now you do have Norman Osborn do his thing where he is able to get this person who's on life support somewhere else and able to revive him fully healed. And the thing is though, guys, after Norman Osborn was able to do all those different things to get this person back on his feet, we come to find out that this is the twin brother of Hawkeye. Clint Barton, his twin brother, this is Barney Barton. And he is the twin brother of Hawkeye. And you have Norman Osborn saying, I want you to join my Dark Avengers. I want you to be my Hawkeye. And so right now, Norman Osborn has his Hulk, Scar, and now he has his Hawkeye. Now, he does ask Superior, the lady we met back in Volume 2 of New Avengers, but he does ask her to also join his new Avengers, his new Dark Avengers. And she becomes Miss Marvel on his team. Now, he does go to South Brazil. And the thing is though, guys, we get introduced to a brand new character in this time period of Marvel Comics who only lasts for like, I want to say possibly 10 or possibly 15 books, whatever. But this new character name is Al Alpec. And the thing is though, guys, Al Alpec is this godly or spider god creature. And he was first introduced in this book right here. But the thing is though, guys, he was this spider god creature that was praised by a group of people down in South Brazil. And so Norman Osborn got word about this spider creature whose top part of his body is a man's body, but his bottom part of his body is a spider body. And so Norman Osborn went to South Brazil to get this god creature who was praised by people in South Brazil to join his Dark Avengers team. He's kind of like, listen, I can make you a man, a complete man. Just take this serum I have right here and you'll be a man from head to toe. No longer half spider, half man, but from head to toe, you'll be a man, but with spider powers. And basically, you have Al Alpec, I really hope I pronounce his name correctly, take this serum from Norman Osborn, and he, of course, does turn into Norman Osborn, new Spider-Man on his Dark Avengers roster. Now, we do jump over to Norman Osborn talking to Gorgon. Now, guys, remember, Gorgon is the leader of this rogue hand organization that has teamed up with Norman Osborn. The thing is, though, you have Norman say, I want you on my Dark Avengers team also, but not as you, as somebody else, as the one person you hate the most. I want you to be my Wolverine. Because, guys, Gorgon hates Wolverine with a passion. I mean, it's a hard passion of hatred towards Wolverine. And so you have Norman Osborn say, I want you to be my Wolverine because I want you to basically stick it to him. Stick it to him. Basically make yourself the better Wolverine. Now, the last person he goes and talks to is a person named June Covington. Now, June Covington is a very interesting character that Norman Osborn met while he was in when he was in jail. And the thing is though, guys, they basically build some kind of sick relationship. And so with him being, all lovey-dovey with her, she joins as the Scarlet Witch on his team because she is able to do some kind of magic tricks with her hands, kind of like Scarlet Witch. And so this is Norman Osborn completing his Dark Avengers team. He has his Hulk, his Spider-Man, his Wolverine, his Miss Marvel, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye. He has his team. He has the new Dark Avengers. Now, guys, when it comes to the new Avengers number 19, with this book right here, guys, we do pick up with the new Avengers right now after the Ultimo explosion that we saw back at the end of New Avengers number 17. Now the thing is though, guys, you do have Iron Man kind of realize that the Ultimo robot was sent by AIM. Now, Iron Man was able to figure that part out right there. But the thing is though, Iron Man has no idea that Norman Osborn is now working alongside with the Hand, the Hydra, and also AIM. Only thing he knows that the Ultimo robot was sent by AIM to basically get his armor. Because guys, I forgot to mention this earlier, Norman Osborn sent the Ultimo robot after Iron Man to get the iron back from him. Because guys, back in the Dark Reign era of Marvel Comics, in the Siege event, Norman Osborn had an Iron Man armor, but he painted it in Patriot's colors and he said, "Call me the Patriot. I'm not Iron Man, I'm the Patriot." So the thing is though, guys, for Norman Osborn to complete his Dark Avengers team, he wanted the Iron Man armor. And so he told AIM, send your best robot to go after Tony Stark and to get that armor back from him. But of course, the plan failed because the Ultimo robot blew up and Tony Stark still has his Iron Man armor. Now, we do jump over to the base of Hammer. And the thing is though, guys, while Norman Osborn is talking to his Dark Avengers, you do have Gorgon and Madam Hydra talk to one another. Now guys, remember, Gorgon is the leader of the Rogue Hand group, and Madam Hydra is of course the leader of Hydra. Now the thing is though, guys, you do have these two characters kind of talk to one another. And the thing is though, guys, the way they're talking to one another, it kind of seems like they are hoping that Norman Osborn fails. But they're hoping that he fails after he achieves certain goals. Because as soon as he fails, Madam Hydra and Gorgon, they're planning to take Norman Osborn's place and to continue the plan to wreak havoc across the world. But by bringing together these 4 different organizations with a new leader, because they know that Norman Osborn is crazy in the head and that sooner or later he is going to fail. But they're hoping that he will achieve some goals before he fails. And as soon as he fails, they're planning to take his spot and continue to run this 4-team organization: Hydra, AIM, the Hand, and Hammer. They're hoping that Norman Osborn soon fails. Now we do jump over to Norman Osborn talking to the Dark Avengers team. And the thing is though, guys, you do have a few members on the Dark Avengers team kind of thinking that this new Dark Avengers team is not going to work out. Because guys, they're kind of like, listen, the last time you were in this spot, the leader of Hammer, but you were also the leader of Defense for America, but you had your own Dark Avengers team, you failed. You were arrested by the Avengers. You were arrested by them. And your Dark Avengers team, they were also arrested except one member, and that was the son of Wolverine. He got away, Dakin. But the rest of your team and y'all got arrested. Your Dark Avengers team failed last time. What is different now? Yes, we have a Hulk. Yes, we once again have a Spider-Man, Hulk, and a Captain Marvel. But the thing is though, you have the Avengers team kind of like, you're putting a new team together that could possibly fail once again. And the thing is though, you have Norman Osborn say, we are not going to fail this time because I have a man on the inside who's right now working alongside with the Avengers. Now, we do jump back over to the new Avengers team, going back to their home base, the Avengers Mansion. Now, when they walk in, they're kind of like mad right now because they believe that Norman Osborn is doing all of this to them somehow. They just can't prove it. Now, Victoria Hand walks in, and as soon as she walks in, you do have Spider-Man kind of call her a traitor because Spider-Man still believes that she is working alongside with Norman Osborn. Because guys, remember, back in the Marvel Dark Reign and Siege event, Victoria Hand was Norman Osborn's right-hand person, no pun intended, but she was like second in charge of Hammer. And so even though Steve Rogers told the Avengers that she's a good person, that she's going to be working alongside with them, Spider-Man still believes that she is working for Norman Osborn, that she's not a good person. Now, the thing is though, you do have Victoria Hand say, listen, I'm tired of you guys calling me a traitor, but you know what? We do not have time to deal with this right now. Matter of fact, I got a new mission for you guys. I need you guys to go ahead and go on this new mission. And so as soon as the Avengers leave on their new mission, you do have Victoria Hand say, hello, sir. I do have some new information for you, making it seem like that she is back to work with Norman Osborn. Now, as soon as the Avengers get on their jet, they do fly to a certain location, but when they get there, it's the wrong location. And so right there, you have Spider-Man saying, there we go. Victoria Hand is not on our side. She's a traitor. She gave us the wrong information. Now, new information does pop up in their jet saying, sorry, go to this location. The thing is though, when the new Avengers get there, they see that this new location has some big battle happen recently because there's destruction everywhere. But you do have the Dark Avengers already there, and they're telling the media, the news channel, that they were the ones who saved the day, making it seem like that the real Avengers were too late and they did not bother to get here at all. But the new Dark Avengers, they were the ones to save the day. Now guys, when it comes to New Avengers number 20, with this book right here, of course, you guys should know what's going to happen next. We're going to have the New Avengers fight against the new Dark Avengers. Now guys, I do like what Brian Michael Bendis did here because he used the whole book to kind of have these two teams fight one another because these two teams hate one another. You have the Avengers fighting against the new Dark Avengers. Now, the thing is though, there is a big mystery that's going to pop up in the middle of this fight, and that mystery is Norman Osborn able to stop Luke Cage punch and then throw Luke Cage away like he was nothing. And guys, that is not easy to do. Now, I'm not saying Luke Cage is this powerful character that just can't be stopped. No, Luke Cage is a basic man with unbreakable skin. He does have some kind of super strength, but the thing is though, he's not weak nor super strong. He's right in the middle of, he has some super strength, but is not as strong as some other characters. But for Norman Osborn, who's right now supposed to be a regular man, able to stop Luke Cage punch right in his track, grab Luke Cage by the face and just throw him away, it shows you right there that Norman Osborn did something to him. The question is though, what? What did Norman Osborn did to himself to give him the chance to be able to beat up Luke Cage that easily? Now, guys, you do have the new Dark Avengers kind of beat up the new Avengers, the regular good guy Avengers, because the Dark Avengers kind of have this edge against them. They're able to take each member of the new Avengers out easily. Now, you do have Doctor Strange kind of like, we have to leave because we are getting our butt kicked. Now, out of nowhere, you do have the Dark Avengers Miss Marvel, which is superior, take the jet that the new Avengers flew in and just crash it right on the ground, which does cause a huge explosion. Now, with this huge explosion happening, you had some innocent people who were just watching these two teams fight one another. And the thing is though, they got caught in the blast. And so you have the new Avengers, the good guys, trying to help out the innocent people who were just there watching the fight. The thing is though, you do have the people mad at the new Avengers, the good Avengers. You know, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage. You have these innocent people mad at them because they say, why are you fighting these people? The Dark Avengers saved the day. They came in and beat up the bad guys. And it looks like you guys are just mad at them for doing your job. And so you have these innocent people saying, you now have people out here who could be badly injured because you started a fight with the Dark Avengers, and then your jet flew down, blew up, and killed possibly some innocent people. This is your fault. And guys, this is Norman Osborn game plan working by making the people start to hate the new Avengers once again, saying it's your fault that this happened, that innocent people got killed, that people are badly injured because you got here too late and that upset you and you guys fought against the Dark Avengers. Now, you do have Doctor Strange kind of teleport the whole team out of there because he realized that this is just getting worse. One, they could not defeat the Dark Avengers, but two, the innocent people who are watching, they now look at the new Avengers, the good guys, as bad guys, and the Dark Avengers as good guys. And so as soon as Doctor Strange is able to teleport everybody out of there, he does take them to a different part of New York. The thing is though, as soon as he gets to this different part of New York, out of nowhere, you do have the Ragnarok Thor appear. And guys, the thing is though, Ragnarok Thor is the clone Thor that was made back in the Civil War event by Reed Richards and Iron Man, because they wanted a Thor on their team so bad, they made a clone Thor. The clone Thor was shut down in the end of Civil War, but it did come back in the Marvel Siege event, but it seemed like Thor was able to defeat the bad clone Thor. Well, Norman Osborn was somehow able to reactivate the clone Thor, and he sent the clone Thor after the new Avengers. And guys, this is where we are going to end today's video. We are going to end on a cliffhanger. But guys, if you did like today's video, please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, let me know in the comments below. But anyways guys, I'm out of here and I'll see y'all in the next comic book video. Later guys.